This is Alex, Sarah, and Mick. Every baby at birth is immediately checked to get a clean bill of health. When I was born, I passed with flying colors. Little did my parents know that later on they would realize that my right leg was a little bit different than my left. Being as concerned as they were, they took me straight to the doctors. The first doctor said the leg is not developing as fast as the other one. We need to amputate it. Devastated, my parents continued to get second, third, and fourth opinions. Finally, a doctor named Dr. Jor Paley told my parents about my birth defect, which is called PFFD. That stands for proximal femoral focal deficiency. In shortened terms, that means in my case, my right femur doesn't grow as fast as my left while I'm developing. And it created a substantial gap between my leg sizes as I was growing up. With PFFD, I was also born with a less developed knee and hip. Thankfully, Dr. Paley informed us of a procedure called limb lengthening. The limb lengthening procedure was developed by Russian Gabriel Lazarev in the 1950s. Then Dr. Paley brought it to the U.S. after studying under Dr. Lazarev in 1990. Dr. Paley explained the procedure to us. Limb lengthenings are used for people with congenital limb defects, dwarfism, and birth defects such as mine. Firstly, the doctors will break the bone needed to be lengthened using a hammer where this incision is. Then they will put metal rods on either side of the break that will then be attached to an external fixator with screws on the other end. These rods are connected to thick rings called the external fixator. The external fixator being named in Lazarev after the creator. Here is examples of external fixators within different people. It could be on different limbs and different body parts. So every day you turn the screws on the outside so the break in the bone will slowly get bigger. Your bone will then grow back after you have gotten the desired length. This process can take anywhere from 3 to 9 months depending on how much you are trying to achieve. You can get up to 3 inches during one limb lengthening surgery, but usually on average you get around an inch to an inch and a half. Then physical therapy after the apparatus is off. After hearing this, my parents were scared but thrilled that there was another option besides amputation or doing nothing at all. After meeting Dr. Paley, my first surgery was when I was 9 months old. My last surgery was when I was going into high school. I also qualified to be one of the guinea pigs for an internal fixator, which also broke your bone, but instead of an external fixator on the outside, there were opposing magnets on each side of the rod inside your leg. You would then turn a remote and press it against the outside of that bone, and the magnets would push the bone apart. Here's a picture of me during one of my surgeries. As you can see, I have an external fixator on my leg. Here is an example of an internal fixator remote that will activate the opposing magnets to separate the break in your bone. In between this time period, I had 20 surgeries and gained 9.5 inches in length. Of those 20 surgeries, I also had hip surgery to properly align my hip, which I continue to have those internal rods and screws in my hip today. As of now, I'm under an inch difference between my legs, which is crazy to think what could have been without these procedures. Because of these surgeries, I am now able to play college lacrosse, which I never thought would be possible. I still run and walk with a limp, but I am able to walk and run because of this incredible process. This procedure that has only been around for less than a century has benefited myself and so many other people around the world. I am excited to see the process these procedures will continue to have throughout my lifetime.